In this video, we're going to talk about why we worry about healing in the same way we worry about someone we love, and how to maybe stop being worried about our healing. If you've ever asked yourself these questions, is this going to work? Can this promise results? Am I doing this right? Will I ever get there? When will I get there? How long is this going to take? The root reason of worrying and asking all these questions is that we see healing as a separate thing from us, as something external, something that needs to be reached. We need to get there to a certain point. So the person who's in charge of the worrying is our ego. And in this case, the ego is a really good friend of ours, and he always helps us get to where we need to be. So if we want to stop worrying so much about healing, we need to change our perspective about healing. As long as we look at healing as something external, outside of us, we will do our best to heal, and we might do a really good job, but some part of us will stay disconnected from healing. It means that we will find ourselves constantly needing to take action, active action, going to therapists, doing a lot of work in order to maintain that connection. It's more of to keep the concept of healing alive that we have in our heads, which leads us to a much bigger concept. The big concept is that we want to be successful in healing, and success is so important. We have to feel small changes. We have to feel our growth. We have to feel many things in our healing journeys. But when you worry for a really long time, you start doubting success and you start doubting the process. And that's a really good thing, because then you go straight to your belief system and your thoughts and you rumble around there. So the true core of worrying about healing is actually us wanting to be successful. And if we're not successful, what are we even doing here? Like, what's the point of all of this? What's the point of me doing a lot of work and not really succeeding in the essence of what I want to achieve? Worry and success go hand in hand. It's kind of easy to say, really hard to do. But when we just imagine letting go of success, we stop worrying. Maybe we start worrying about other things, but worrying about healing, the core of it is actually worrying not to succeed. Yeah. So if we do the things, go to therapy, go to like different treatments, but we are not attached to the success that we want, we will stop worrying. And there is something else in here in this worrying about healing concept that we have. In the beginning of the video, I talked about worrying about healing in the same way that we worry about someone we love. And it can be that we're actually worried about ourselves. And that's another thing that we need to look at. Why? I don't know why. I guess it's important to look at the fact that we reflect who we are on healing. So if we're worried about ourselves, about our health, that's blessed. If you're not in a bad place today, worrying is good, and we should feel worried sometimes. But if we're worried for a really long time, and this is what this video is about, worrying for long periods of time and doubting for long periods of time. So if we're worried about ourselves, great, let's do something. Let's take action in the world to try to make it better. So if we are feeling worried, we should feel it, but for small periods of time. It shouldn't be constant all the time, just worried.